The Philippine and Chinese governments have yet to reach a compromise regarding the West Philippine Sea. Despite this, President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. says the Philippine government will continue with its protests following recent reports of a China Coast Guard vessel driving away a Filipino fishing boat while in the waters of Ayungin Shoal. In an interview, Marcos said the Philippine government immediately contacted the Chinese government with hopes that their counterpart would bring to Chinese President Xi Jinping's attention the recent incident in Ayungin Shoal. Marcos said the Philippines will continue with its protests by sending note verbals to China. According to the Philippine Coast Guard, Chinese Coast Guard personnel allegedly gestured to the Filipino fishermen on January 9 to leave the area of Ayungin Shoal, coupled with verbal warnings in Chinese using a megaphone while waving a Chinese flag. The Philippine Coast Guard is now investigating the incident. The incident happened only days after the Philippines and China supposedly reached an agreement in which China would allow Filipinos to return to their own fishing grounds in the West Philippine Sea. Following his visit to China in early January, Marcos said she, quote, promised that we would find a compromise and find a solution that will be beneficial so our fishermen might be able to fish again in their natural fishing ground.
We can even immediately contact the Chinese government, and hopefully, though our counterparts on the other side can bring to President Xi's attention this problem, and we have done that. But that does not preclude us from continuing to make protests and continuing to send note verbals concerning this. But you know, this is a long process because it is something new. I just hope we can come to some kind of arrangement, because I cannot see the utility for the Chinese of doing that. These fishing boats are not armed; they don't pose a threat to anyone. So I think that is something that we can achieve in the near term.